What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for Reasonable Doubt, Season 2, Episode 9. So, baby, we pick up with Shelly is at her house getting drunk. For those who don't know who Shelly is, that is Chanel's cousin that put her house up for Chanel and about to lose her house and her husband. Baby, she drunk as a skunk because clearly her and Chanel have this secret that they've been keeping. And there's definitely more to the story than what we know about this situation. And her husband comes in there. He like, "What? You good?" And she was like, "Don't act like you care now." He was like, "Look, you still the mother. You still my wife. Whatever. You know, if you need something that don't have nothing to do with our situation, then yes, I'm here for you. I'm here." And so she was like, "I don't believe you." So then she seduces him. Now listen, one thing's for sure and two things for certain. When it comes to a man, it's hard for them to say no when you know you waking up other parts of their body. Okay. He told her, "I'm still mad." She said, "I don't believe you." So she proceeded to wake up other parts of his body with her mouth. And then he was like, "Damn, okay." So then, they finished the act. Baby, and when they got done, he picked up his clothes and went and took a shower. Girl, he told you he was still mad. Okay? So, unfortunately, that's where that was. Now, back over to Jack's house, she lets Lewis know that she found Spencer's vape. Now, I think in my last review, I said he was smoking cigarettes. Okay, he had a vape. And because I said she found a lighter. No, she found the whole vape. So she is mad about it. And of course, Lewis was like, "What? We ain't playing no games with him." And she was like, "Well, I guess we can't come down too hard on him because actually we still got to tell him about your little, separation baby that's coming." So, and he was like, "Yeah, so when you think we should tell them?" And she was like, "Us?" She said, "No, baby. I will be there in a support role only. Okay, this is your monkey, your show. Okay?" So he was like, "Well, I don't think we should tell the kids till the baby gets here." I don't think that's a good idea. And Jax, I don't think it's a good idea, but I think Jax's thing is, look, your monkey, your show. If you want to wait until the baby is here to say, "Surprise, you have a new baby brother or sister," baby, that's you, okay? That is you. I'm going to let you handle it. Now, while that is going on, they have convinced Ebony to testify. Now, Ebony, a.k.a. Candy Burst, a.k.a. JT's ex-wife, mother of his daughter who got strung out on drugs, she says she'll testify on one condition. She wants to talk to Chanel. So Chanel walks up in the waiting room and is like, what's she doing here? And Jax and Morris Chestnut both tell her, "Look, we need her to testify. She wants to talk to you. Hear her out." So basically she was like, "Look, I want to try to build my relationship with my daughter. I want her to hear my story from me." Now her and Chanel were able to talk enough that Chanel understood that the same thing sort of happened to her that happened with JT. I mean, that happened with her, that she was abused. And she said, basically, I used to have him to give him pain medication for his pain. And of course, that was like a ding, ding, ding for Chanel because she realized, oh, wait a minute, that's the same thing he did to me. She said, and then I started taking it myself to dim the pain that I was going through, and I got strung out. So I think Chanel had like maybe a different understanding after talking to her because, of course, she was buying into you was a crackhead, didn't want your daughter, didn't take care of your daughter. I had to basically raise your child myself. So I think they sort of came to, some sort of meeting of the minds as women who both went through the same type of abuse from the same person. So they agreed to it, so she agreed to testify. So we see them prepping her. And, they're like, "Look, we don't know if she can handle it. Like, this is going to be a hard cross-examination because they're going to go straight for the jugular, which, of course, is you being an unfit mother. Why didn't you leave? When the abuse started getting too bad, why would you stay?" And, of course, they prep her the best that they can, but they are worried that she ain't going to make it. Unfortunately, we see Mama roll up, JT's mama, roll up on Ebony and basically threaten her and say, "Look, girl, I know what you did and I got proof of what you did. I know you was a crackhead out here doing crackhead stuff. Y'all know what kind of stuff crackheads used to do, especially the women, to get high." She said, "I have proof of it. So you can go ahead and testify if you want to. But I'm going to make sure that everybody, and I do mean everybody, knows and sees exactly the type of mother you were." So, of course, unfortunately, Ebony, she relapses. She gets high. She gets drunk. She tried to show up for court high and drunk. They end up having to take her to the hospital to pump her stomach because she almost dies. But needless to say, she ain't testifying. Okay. Now Jax does end up confronting her son about the vape. And, you know, he did what kids do. You know, of course he tried to deny it. Then he was like, okay, well, you know, I do it a little bit. And they were trying to put it on his new school and new friends. And he was like, yeah, nah, if you want me to be honest with you, vape is the least of what they got going on. Like, a vape is nothing compared to the stuff that they doing. And it's not their fault. And so Jax was like, listen, you punished. Now, here's what I do have a problem with. I have no problem with them punishing him, because I think he should be punished, right? You know, what I do have a problem with is you put him in a performing arts school and then you punish him. That precludes him from being able to participate in the performing arts of the school. If they practice after school, they're getting ready for this showcase, and Jackson's like, I don't care. Oh, well, you're going to have to get them to, you know, oh, well, you're going to have to figure it out the best way you can. I don't think that's fair to him. Because this is a part of the school that he's in. It's not the same as being on a basketball team that's an extracurricular activity. If you're a part of a showcase because you're in a performing arts school, having worked at a performing arts school, I understand that it's an extension of their school day. So that I didn't necessarily agree with. Now, he did try to throw it back at Jax, talking about something, well, you smoke cigarettes. See, let me tell y'all something. And Jax almost bopped him in his mouth. And I feel like she should have. I get so sick of when kids want to throw it back at you. Listen, I tell my students all the time, because I'm an adult and I do adult things. I have a set of rules that I have to follow as an adult. You have a set of rules that you have to follow as a child. Don't worry about me smoking. I'm grown. And I don't believe that whole, well, you're like, just because you're an adult doesn't mean, just because I'm an adult means I can. Now, I could see, now she do be smoking her little weed. Now, I could see if he brought up the weed, that might be a little different conversation. But cigarettes, boy, if you don't go sit over there, that's like somebody saying, that's like me catching my child with some beer underage, talking about, so will you drink? Because I'm grown. I can. And Jax basically told him just as much. But then later on in the episode, she started feeling guilty, talking about something. Oh my gosh, he's making me feel guilty. I thought about what he said, and he's right. Maybe I should stop smoking. Listen, stop smoking because you want to stop smoking. Don't stop smoking because your son threw it in your face that you smoke and he vapes. I personally don't agree with that philosophy. But I guess that's why I don't have no damn kids. Neither here nor there. Because they're sort of desperate at this point and they do not have Ebony to testify, Chanel's going to testify. And of course, they're worried about her. They're worried about her controlling herself in cross-examination and everything. So they're trying to get her ready. And her and Jax end up having another, showdown. And basically, Jax tells her, listen, at the end of the day, you my friend, I love you, and I'm going to do my best to get you all. But girl, I done told you from the beginning, I don't believe you. I think you lied about something, okay? I think there's more to this story. I think you covering up from somebody. I don't know who you covering for. I don't know the what, the where, and the how. But I believe that you are absolutely covering for somebody, okay? And at the end of the day, I'm going to do my best. Now, over to Lucy's house. Because she lost in court and she has to share custody with her son, he getting ready to go away for the weekend with his dad. And of course, he is excited. He is so happy to be spending time with his dad. And Lucy is just straight up struggling, honey. She ends up putting a air tag on his jacket, talking about something. Don't take this jacket off at all. For any reason. Ever. So he goes away, child. She tracks him the whole weekend. Baby, when the husband ends up bringing the son back, why he give her the air tag? Like, girl, I see you. Okay? I see you. All right? Now, back down to the courtroom. One of the jurors ends up having to get dismissed. Now, that works in the favor of Jax and it's Chanel's case, because the juror that got dismissed was a juror that really wasn't in favor of them anyway. And so based on, y'all know everybody got a jury expert. Based on the information they have, they realized that this could possibly work in their favor. Now, the DA is realizing the same thing. Lucy is struggling because she's like, man, this really could be a bad thing for me because the numbers just aren't in my favor. So they go and they offer a deal for like involuntary manslaughter or something like that. And they present it to Chanel. And once again, Chanel and Jax end up getting into it because Chanel was like, you don't believe in me? You think I should take the deal? And Jax was like, girl, listen, I'm just giving you the facts, okay? You can take it how you want to take it. But of course, here come, the to the rescue, Jax talking about some Morris talking about some daggone, well, I think we should fight. I don't think we should take the deal. So, of course, that's making Jax look even more like, that she don't believe in her friend. But he did tell Chanel, look, I felt like you should have took the deal too. I just kind of feel like, I feel like we can do this, okay? It's not just Jax, okay? Now, down to the doctor, their other friend, the lesbian, she was pregnant and she ended up losing her baby. And I hate that for her. Not really sure the significance of that this late in the season because we really only have one more episode left. So I'm really not sure the significance of them bringing us this storyline because we didn't even know she was pregnant. Did we know she was pregnant? But she ends up losing a baby, which I hate for her. Again, I really wonder if they're setting this up for season 3. If we get a season 3, if this is going to be a storyline that carries over. Maybe we're going to get into fertility, IVF. I don't know. I really feel like if this carries over into a season 3, it's going to be Lucy and this ex-husband of hers. Because they giving us enough for us to be sort of intrigued, but they not really giving us the whole story, which is what they did season 1. We knew that JT was abusive. We knew Chanel, all that glitters wasn't gold, her being married to this football player. We knew it was more behind that, but I'm just not really sure. Not really sure. Okay. So, with that being said, girl, Chanel does end up testifying. And just like most people, she does good on the front end. But then on the back end, she doesn't really do as well, right? Of course, she falls right into Lucy's trap. She ends up looking like, a gold digger. She ends up looking like she could have left earlier and she didn't leave earlier. All of those things. So, Shelly went to go visit Chanel while she was in jail so they could talk about this big secret they have. And by this time, Chanel done changed her mind about coming clean. And Shelly was like, are you sure? Because you was all ready to tell the truth. And she was like, maybe we should. Like, at this point, maybe this has just gone too far. Maybe we should go ahead and tell the truth. And she was like, you just being selfish. You being selfish. Shelly was like, hold up, player. What you mean being selfish? Do you not realize that I'm losing everything because of trying to help you and trying to keep your secrets? My husband, my house, my whole life is screwed up because of you. And I think Chanel figured it out. But by that time, Shelly was like, I tell you what, don't worry about it. We good. We good. We done. Don't even worry about me no more. I don't know what's going on with, I hope the recording ain't messed up. So back over to the house, we see Jax having this whole heart-to-heart with her child. About, the vaping and her smoking and her taking what he said into consideration and understanding where he was coming from. I've already told y'all how I feel about it. But then I feel like that led us into the road where Jax is talking to her husband, realizing the sacrifices that we make for our children and all the things we do for our kids, right? And then all of a sudden, Jax was like, hold up. I gotta go. He said, where you going? She said, I just figured out who killed JT. So she went to go see Chanel and told Chanel, I know who killed JT. Which brings me back around to, I think the person that killed JT is Natasha. The oldest daughter, the daughter of Candy Birds, a.k.a. Ebony. Which is what I told y'all 5 episodes ago. That I think it was one of the kids that did it. Because there's really no other sacrifice that you're going to make for anybody else out in this world other than for your kids. Anybody, ain't nobody else willing to go to jail for potentially the rest of their life other than for the love a mother has for their child. So I'm back at where I started, okay? The other thing, too, is while Lewis is working, he gets a phone call from the baby mama, the break baby mama, the separated mama. And she about to go into labor. Now, I told y'all before that it looked like it was something going on with that baby because the baby is early. He was like, what? It's too soon. But baby, he had to take off and he had to go and handle that business because, listen, you said you wanted to be a part of it. You said you wanted to be an active part of this situation. So there it is. So anyway, that was the episode. Now, I know that I'm about to go watch episode 10 right now, child, because I know it's out. All right, let me know what y'all think. Talk to y'all later.